I wanted to go for like a space vibe, but maybe it's more witchy or it's just gothic Steve Jobs. I don't know. Tell me which vibe this gives you, but today we are so excited to play Vantage by Stonemaier Games. I'm so excited. That's why I wanted to do a space look, but I don't know how to do that apparently. But let's first start by thanking Stonemaier Games. Thank you so much. They sent this review copy to me to play and show you guys. So I'm so excited to do that. And I just feel so grateful for receiving this. This game, I've played a couple sessions already. And oh, man, this game really truly makes you feel like you're lost on a different planet. I don't know how they did it, but they did it, and it confuses me because it's such an interesting feeling to have when playing a board game. I've never really experienced anything like that before. Do you remember that video game No Man's Sky that came out with the PS4 release? That's kind of the vibe that this gives me. You're like exploring, you have no idea where you are, you don't know anything about this place, and you're just going to have to figure something out in surviving. And I don't know, it's really, really good. I'm really impressed by how they designed this. Incredible. So let's get playing. Let's go. So we are in a spaceship. As you can see, this is the starting setup, and this will kind of guide you through what you need to do. So first up, let's grab some of the dice I need. So we have these dice that correspond to the symbols that we see here. Now, what we're first going to do is let me just read the steps. Okay. Weeks after receiving a mysterious signal from the Traveler, your ship arrives in the orbit of an uncharted planet. Create the total challenge dice pool using 8 dice plus 2 per player. That's these. So these are the challenge dice. Now each player gains a different skill, select or randomize, and it's matching character card. So I like to randomize. So we're gonna roll a dice and we're gonna see who we're gonna be playing as today. Blue, so we're gonna be playing as the captain. That's pretty fitting, I'd say. So let me grab her real quick. And we get a corresponding like token, which is a skill. So we have that. Oh, I'm sorry, this isn't supposed to be here. I put that there to see if the shot was good. Ignore that card. Okay, so let me grab the captain, which is card 1435. I have the box with all the cards to the side. I will put in a clip of what that looks like, because it's not very fun to see me go through the cards every time. 1435. Here she is. This is our captain. She's beautiful. Her name is Jules. She's the captain, basically. That's it. We'll get into the things on her card when we get there. You do need to place 2 boost, which are these silver cubes. They are called boost. And when you place your character card, this is the same with every card, you place 2 boost, every character card that is. Okay. So now we are going to decide the difficulty that we're going to play at. They recommend playing at daring difficulty, which is 4. So we're going to put our tokens at the 4. So these are kind of like our stats. We have time, we have morale, and we have health. If either one of these gets to 0, we basically lose the game. So we're trying to not do that. All right, so now we are going to roll 2 dice because we are the first player, because we are playing solo. The solo and the multiplayer are very similar, by the way. So yeah, we get to gain 2 skills. So we roll 2 dice and we're going to at random and place the matching mission in the center. They may reroll pairs to get an easier mission. So we're gonna get our mission for this trip. Okay, so I have yellow and purple, so we will get those corresponding tokens. Yellow and purple, 15.95. So this is our mission. Liberate your homeworld. Have at least 3 cards plus 1 per player in grids and or reserves with an challenge, like a red challenge dice slot. So we're basically gonna be a revolution. Okay, well, we're gonna see how we're gonna achieve that mission. We'll get into that in a second. Now, before we move on, we go to a different location. This one. The ship malfunctions. You have mere seconds to escape. So now we're gonna roll a dice again to see our starting crash space. So we're gonna roll yellow 006. So you're gonna grab that card. Here we are, 006. This is our starting situation, and I do get that that skill as well. Again, when you roll the skill dice, usually you get the result as well, not always. Okay, your escape pod seals tight, ejecting toward the planet in a completely different direction from the others. Oh no! Gain 2 random skills and crash onto the matching location. You may re-roll pairs to get an easier location. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to roll 2 dice again, and that will show where we crash on this planet. So we're now in our escape pod. All the escape pods, so when you play multiplayer, all the escape pods go into different directions. And now we will land somewhere. Okay, so I have green and purple. Lots of purple and yellow options. And we will go to 629. Okay, now I will put this card to the side. When you play this by yourself or in the multiplayer, they have little stands that you can put your cards in, which are very, very nice. And this will shield, so the back of this will shield the back of the location cards to the other players because they are all double-sided. So that's why you will keep this with you during the whole game. But for now, we can put it off to the side because we don't really need it. Okay, so 629. This is where we land. Oh my goodness, interesting indeed. Okay, so before we jump in, let me just rearrange this a little bit. We're gonna put the captain here right in the middle. Why, you might ask? Because when we gain cards throughout the game, they will go in a 3x3 grid as shown here around your character. So once we gain items, maybe we will gain like plants or allies, and we can place them in a grid around us. And I think the beauty of this game is you can really just start playing, and I'm going to explain as we play. During your turn, you will do one action only. And then you will move on to the next player. Obviously in the solo you can kind of keep going, but sometimes it is important to kind of have a turn end. So let's look at our location, because this is where we are at. A massive animal lingers listlessly over a cliff, its tentacles waving in the wind. Is this an animal? I thought it was like a machine or something. What? Okay, so during your turn, you can either choose one of these 6 actions, location actions to do. You can also just go away. You can move to a different location. That does not count as a location action. That's a move action. But let's try to do something at this location, because why not? And then I can kind of show you what a turn will look like. So we can guide, observe, coax, heal, extract, or relieve. Ooh. And we want to gather cards with red icons. So for example, my character card has a blue space here that has the blue icon. And I want to get cards with a red icon. That's my goal. Now, I could also, instead of doing a location action, I could do a card action. So this mission card also has some options. It has pivot, research, plead, and hone. So I could do research to learn of a way to complete the mission, basically, which is very useful usually. They're usually quite helpful. And we do have some purple, so I could decide to just do that first, see if they have some tips for me to use to research. So maybe we should just do that. Let's research, because I don't know what the best way to get red cards is. So what we're gonna do, we have a lot of booklets, we have a lot. We're gonna go to, there's also an app for those who don't like going through the books. I love going through the books, but I totally understand that people might not enjoy that as much or find it tedious. I love it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to number 1595 in the purple book for research. 1595. Okay, so it tells me a number. So here it says number 2, research how you can complete the mission. Now, because I have purple here, so usually it says research 2, I need to roll 2 dice for that. And I can choose to discard a token. So I can discard a token to roll 1 dice less. So let's just do that for the example, because I need to be able to place this dice somewhere, preferably. It's a heart. This is pretty bad start, because I cannot place it here. Why? Because it has a blue icon and I'm doing a purple action, not a blue action. The star doesn't have an icon, so I can place any star I want there, but I've rolled a heart, not a star. Now what I can do, it's the captain's ability. I can pay a boost to reroll one of my challenge dice, and you either get a different result, which could be nice, or if you get the same result, you at least gain a blue token, which at least that helps you a little bit along the way. So let's reroll this. A minus. Perfect. So a minus is nothing. You will put the die in the challenge dice penalty section. So if I have put the heart here, I need to take that penalty and lose 1 heart. But because it's a minus, it's nothing. So we just can ignore that. So I'm glad I spent that boost to reroll. Okay, now I can read what's actually in this section. So it says, the planet appeared on your radar because of a signal received. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. A dangerous dictator rules your homeworld with an iron fist, and you managed to escape the blockade there to seek allies, weapons, and skills. Any card with an overpower slot, so overpower is the red ability, even a specific ability counts towards this goal. Some of these items are found in treasure chests. Gain the map of treasure, 1260. So I gain a map now that can potentially help me in this quest. 1260. So we gain this map. So this is my first card that I can like put somewhere. So we're gonna put it next to our captain here. And when placed, I gain 1 boost per adjacent card. That's only gonna be 1 in this case, which is fine. Now the thing is, I have more space for dice. So here again, we have a blue icon where I can place a dice that I'm using in a blue challenge, but only when it's an arrow. I now also additionally have a purple location to put a dice, but only when I'm doing a navigate action. So for example, we just did a purple action, but it's research. So I would not be able to place a dice there because this only counts towards a navigate action. But this is really great because now I can spend 1 boost to view page 17 of the Book of Vantages, and it will show me a map of where treasure is, and I can also use that to decipher where I might be on the map. But I think we need some more information about our surroundings before we look at the map, because I'm not sure. I mean, I see snow, but that's basically all I can see. So because I did an action, the research action on that card, this would usually end my turn and it would now move to the next player. But because it's just me, I'm gonna play. So we're gonna do, what should we do? I could extract. Let's try it. Not sure what that is gonna do, and it might be very, very expensive. So it could be a huge mistake, but in the beginning, you really don't know what could be the best move, to be honest. Okay, extract 4. So I go to 629 in the yellow book. Okay, 629, yeah. Extract one of the animal's thick tentacles from where it's wedged. So it's 4. I don't like that at all, so I'm just gonna pay 2 yellow. So I only have to roll 2 dice. Okay, a minus, that's good. And a time which I can't place. Let's just take, I could just do another boost as well, but let's just take the time, it's all right. You know, we need to take some losses at some point anyways, so it's fine. Okay, so extract 4. So you basically always succeed in the actions that you choose, which is really, I find that quite nice. You hear a sound like a computer rebooting, and the animal slowly returns to life. Gain animal 808. What? All right, let's see what that is. Whoa, Leviathan Hydra. Blue again. We have a lot of blue, so I guess we're gonna need to do some blue actions. Let's put it here. The nice thing is I can place any blue dice there, just like the captain can. And when I do that, I gain a boost. I put it on the card, and if I do that twice, the animal will become loyal to me, and we will replace it with a new animal, which will be the same, but it will be the loyal version of the Leviathan Hydra, which is so cool. I love that. Okay, so that will end my turn. You can only do 1 action in each location, unless it says otherwise on the card. So I cannot try to now heal or guide. I can't. I've chosen the extract. We need to now move on. So we can choose where we want to go, and it will show you the location that it will give you. Because this is quite snowy, I'm not sure if I love that idea. Let's go south to 624. That looks insane. A blinding light makes it difficult to see your surroundings, though it keeps you warm. Oh, that's kind of nice. Okay, so this is interesting. We can't really see much, to be honest, but we can see this yellow symbol here, which is the same symbol as the yellow action symbol. So usually, I'm not sure if this is true or not, but usually when you do that, it's quite good. So I don't have any yellow though. So I think maybe in this instance we shouldn't do it because it's quite risky if it's a high number. So let's do blue instead. Oh wait, I needed to roll, I'm so sorry. So because I moved from one location to this one, you always roll 1 dice as a blue action. That's like your movement. So it's a minus, yeah, let's just put it there. Because you can, if you want to, decide to put the minus here and gain that boost, but the dice stay there until we reset. So for now, I'm not going to do that. Let's scale and see what that gives us. I have no clue. Okay, 6, 24, scale 4. Now I could reduce the cost by 1, sure, why not? So we roll 3 dice, and we have, now at least we have some options to place these dice, which is really nice. So let's put that one there, and we're just gonna put both of these. One here, and one here, gaining us a boost for each of those. There we go. All right. Okay, scale 624. I always need to look again. Scale 4. Scale the nearest tower. Your skin sticks to the frozen cables as you scale the tower. From the top, you can see the entire area from above. View page 32 of the Book of Vantages and gain 2 boost. Ooh, page 32. Oh, nice. Okay, let's go and look and have a look. 32. Okay, let me just see if I can, how I can show you this. 32. Ooh, exciting. Okay, wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm gonna put these dice aside for a second so I can put this down here a bit more easily. So, well, I'm not sure if I love this. It's a very tech heavy area and it's very snowy. We have like a flying cube. I think we were just here maybe with the tentacle monster that we took. Or it was there, but that seems far away and I've only moved one space. Maybe we should go east, more towards this like city wall, and go away from all of this scary stuff. It looks scary to me and it seems cold, and I do know you can get like cold damage, and we'd need to find like cold gear. So maybe we should head more east to like this wall. That could be a good idea. Okay, so that's my action done. So I can now decide to go to the east. I think we should just probably do that. So that's 25, which will be the back of this card. Whoa! Circuit sentience come and go from the vibrant shard, connecting briefly to the wires. Wow. That looks so cool though. Whoa. Okay, we first need to roll 1 dice for our movement. Great. Rolling really well with the minuses at the moment. Ooh, we could listen or we could honor. Maybe we should listen, because I can at least reduce that by 1. Let's listen and see what happens. 625. Listen. Okay. It will also give me a letter. It says the letter B, which usually corresponds to a place on the map. So I can look. So let's remember the B, and we can look at the map in a little bit. Okay, listen for. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm going to spend 1, so we only have to roll 3, but I only have 2 dice here, which means we're going to refresh all the dice, like so. And now the spots will be free again for me to use. But this could potentially hurt, because I can only place 1 star. That's the only thing I can place. Okay, well, at least I have 1 star, and a minus. Let's spend 1 boost to re-roll this heart. A star. We're just gonna have to take that then. Okay, so let's see. Listen. Listen to sentients discussing their experiences with the crystal. One of the sentients shares that they had not connected to the Lightstone in a while, and they felt like they were losing their sense of self. The other agreed, saying that the Lightstone is the difference between sentients like them and machines. They also speak of the prophecy of the Darkstone. Gain 2 boost and quest 1663 and add it horizontally. You may continue. That's always nice. You may continue. So I can choose to either continue, I can do another action at this location. That's an exception. So we could try to do that. Okay, so quest 1663 and 2 boost. Okay, we have a quest, you guys. How exciting. Legend has it that the combination of the light stone and the dark stone will bring balance to the world. Fuse the light stone and dark stone. Have the light stone and the dark stone. If you do, read 1663 in the Book of Secrets. My goodness. We have a spot now for an orange, which is really nice. Let's put it there. I don't know if it holds a spot like that or not. So we could sink. Or I could enter. Ooh, should we do that? Because I have blue spots. Let's enter. Let's enter and see if we can find something. Okay, 625. Enter 2. So that's not a lot. So let's just roll 2 dice. I mean, not like I have a choice. Okay, let's put it here so we can upgrade our Leviathan. And the mines can just go there. Okay, let's first read what we've done here. Enter the cradle surrounding the crystal. Before the sentients in the area realize what you're doing, you step into the cradle and touch the stone. You're not quite sure what happens next. The best way you can describe it is the feeling of putting the last piece into a puzzle, and that piece is your soul. Gain lesson 1424. Okay. Oh boy. Ooh, it's a spell. Level 1 spirit magic. Learn a basic spell. Wow. Okay, so we can learn and have a star space. Great. Okay, and we can spend a number of challenge dice. Learn a basic spell. Tapping into mana requires risk and sacrifice. Gain lesson 1425. And then we can lose this card. Interesting. Oh, and if I do this, I gain spell 1237 for placing a dice there. Wow, that's very interesting. Okay. Well, I have no idea how we're gonna get the light stone and the dark stone. We can do an action here as well. Revive. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm supposed to put this here, like this, or if it's just like that. I think it's like this, but I don't know if it's part of my grid or not. Not sure about that. Okay, so, I'm not sure where we should go next. I have no idea how to find the dark crystal or the light crystal. Ooh, this is so scary. Okay, let's go. I kind of want to go east. We could just ignore this quest altogether and go, let's go east, which is also a little bit scary because it's a star. So we're not going to know how much of a blue challenge this is. So normally a movement is only one, like blue challenge, but the asterisks are a more difficult terrain movement. So it's a mystery. So we're going to look what we need to roll. We could just be dying very quickly also. That could totally happen. It's a hike 6. Okay, well, there's only 5 dice here, so we do reset, which is nice. Oh, and we gain our new Hydra. Let's do that first. Hold on. So we get rid of the boost on there, and we're gonna get animal 809. Hey, we have a red thing. Yay! So that's our first red card that we have towards our mission. How nice. Okay, so the basics is the same. So we still have that blue spot, but now we also have a smash specific red spot. Could be very good. We're gonna find out. And we can, when placed, we get 1 boost. So let's put that boost on there. And we can spend 2 boost to ride. Move to an adjacent land location. Oh, so I can pay 2 to move for free instead of paying the cost. That's really cool. All right. East over the mountain range. 6. All right, guys. Here we go. Yeah, no. Okay. Okay, not bad, not bad. We have some minuses. We can put a star here, and let's put a star here for the boost. Well, let's put the star just there, and we can boost. So what I can do now is I can spend 2 boost for a blue. You can also spend 2 boost to gain a money. But for now, I like to always have some. You can always do it during a challenge. If something asks you maybe to have a money or to have blue, you can just do it at that moment. Okay, we did that. Oh, we have this. The arrow means it just goes back here. I can decide to put it here, so I gain the boost, which is actually pretty nice. Okay, 625. Warm air from the east motivates you to persist east across the mountain range. Go to 424 and gain 1 morale. Hey, we get that morale back. That's so good. 424. So we're going away from the snow, which I don't mind. 424. And you know what? We're just going to see if we can find... we're kind of going to ignore, I think, the crystal thing. Because that seems very challenging, and I don't know if I want to be doing that. Several devices line the steep mountain ridge, rising to the west. Yeah, so that's kind of where we were looking. I can always go north to kind of take a peek. Ooh, I can smash! Look at that! Let's smash. Let's just do that for fun. Okay, let's smash. 424. Smash for 3. You just have to take a risk, you know. Well, we don't even need to. There we go. All minuses. Wonderful. Okay, 424. Smash a device. The device is durable, but not that durable. Bits and pieces of circuitry scatter across the ice. Gain item 1190. Ooh, hopefully it's a red item. We're gonna find out together. It's not, that's fine, a circuit. So we can only use this in this specific location. So it will usually, the first location we had that symbol right here. So it's usually, probably this is a symbol that we can utilize to the north mostly here in this snowy like space area. Craft into a more advanced item. We can definitely do that. So we can craft it and it will be better. Okay, so let's go, should we just go more east again? Or maybe south? Let's go south. There we go. Ooh, a structure. So I need to roll 1 dice. It's a minus, I swear. Okay. The foundation of a building rests on a flat patch of land along the ridgeline. What should we do that could potentially help us? I could also do the learn action here. Sure. Let's do the learn action for fun. Okay, 424. Oh yeah, it's not a section in the book. I think I just need to roll, and then tapping into mana requires risk and sacrifice. Gain lesson 1424. It's not a section in the book, so... And the X means I decide how much I want to roll. So let's just roll 1. We can at least reset everything. So let's just roll 1 and hope it's a star, I suppose. That'd be cool. It's not. I could re-roll, but let's not do that. So 1425, and you may lose this card. 1424. I can also decide to keep it. if I want to. Oh, that's not the right one, sorry. 1424. And I get 425. There we go. So we get to learn a different spell. Learn a simple spell. Tapping into mana requires risk and sacrifice. Gain less than 1426. I could just still keep both of them. I can always decide to lose them at a different point in the game. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Maybe we should... I guess we're gonna wander, because that's just what I can do mostly, you know, without dying. The blue actions are the smartest to do. Wander. 423. It's a wander too, so that's pretty good. Okay, so we're just gonna put that one here. And that one there. There we go. Okay, wander 2. As you stroll, you keep expecting someone to return to the construction site, but no one ever does. You try to decide whether you're in the mood to build something or would rather just walk away with some of the wood. Gain either 1 help or 1 take. You may continue. So a help is green. Let's do a green, sure. Let's build. Let's build something. Why not? You know what? No, we're gonna steal because I need items that are potentially red. So I may continue. So let's scavenge and see what we can gather from the materials here. If nobody is returning anyways, you know. Scavenge for 2. Should I spend that yellow or should I just... Because I cannot place that anywhere. So yeah, let's definitely spend that for 1. So we only have to roll 1. So we need to lose that time. I could re-roll it. Let's re-roll the time. For a star. That's at least I can put it there. Okay, that's good. All right. 423. Scavenge through the foundation for discarded tools or equipment. You find an old pair of pliers. Gain item 881. 881. Here we go. It's green. And I can repair or dismantle. But I can also craft it to get something better. So we could maybe do that as well. Or we could craft this thing. Let's craft the circuit. See if we can get something better out of that. Okay, a minus and a time. Oh, that I can put here. Wonderful. There we go. Okay, 1098. So now we have circuit nani. We can also craft that into more, but now at least we have another orange spot and still that icon, but this is already a bit more useful to us now. But no red items, not a lot at least, so we're gonna have to do something about that for sure. So let's look at the map. Let's spend 1 boost and look at the maps, page 17. Okay, let me move these dice again. Okay, yeah, so we're definitely up here. This is where we were, this section. And we saw that cube from a distance. Oh, and this is the wall that we saw as well. And we went east, so we might be in this open terrain, potentially. There's someone flying there. And we're looking for treasure, so I could go all the way up north and see if we can find something there, maybe, because there is a pinpoint there. Let's just try to do that. You can only look at the map until the end of your turn, and then you have to put it away. So that's always a little bit tricky. Okay, so we're just gonna keep traveling north to see what we're finding. So we're gonna go to 424. Whoa, let's roll a dice for that. A heart that I cannot place. We're just gonna take that. Okay, this rune warns curious travelers to look but not enter. Ooh! And it has that symbol, the focus symbol. But we don't have a focus spot. But we could try it. Let's focus. See what happens, because it's telling us to do that. 422. Oh, wait. I'm doing completely wrong. We're going to 424. I'm so sorry. Ignore that. Is that where we came from? I think so. That's all right. So now we're here. I can't do anything else here because I've already done my actions here. So we're gonna go north again to 425. I have already rolled for it, so we're gonna keep it like that. Oh, I'm not sure if I'm on which side I am on that map, but an angular device hovers at the confluence of snow, sand, and water. And it has the green symbol. So let's do broadcast and see what happens. 425. 425. Broadcast 1. So I think this is a theory I have, okay? I think if you see a symbol and you use that action, it's a one-cost action. That's what I think. I could pay 1, but I kind of just want to roll that. I don't have a spot for it though, so I'm gonna have to just accept what it is. We can re-roll it though. It's a time. Yeah, I can't place that. Nope. So we're gonna have to take that time. Okay, broadcast. Ooh, I'm excited. 425. Broadcast your support. A pulse of light ripples outward from the center seam of the rune caster. Each player gains 1 skill matching the rune. You also gain 1 morale. Well, no lack of morale here. A lack of time though. All right, so now we're gonna go north again. So 497. There we go. Wow, that's so beautiful. Let's roll for that. Great. The seaside warehouse below teems with activity inside and out. What should we do? Maybe we can assist? Because I have some green. Let's assist. 3. Assist some workers unload a boat. So let's pay 1. So I only have to roll 2. Okay, a minus and a star. Kind of want to, well, we'll just place the star there. Yep. Okay. The workers are grateful for the extra pair of hands, and afterward they reward you with a pair of flippers and some coins. Gain item 927 and $2. $2, thank you. 927. We have some flippers. I have so much blue. We can swim. And we can craft it, into hiking boots. Ooh, that's pretty cool. I love to see that. Okay, well, what are we gonna do? We could go north and swim. But where am I now then? Let's look at the map again for fun. Okay. 17. I'm definitely not going, 17, that's wrong. I'm definitely not going here. I'm more like here at these like island bits. So, not sure where exactly I am in this section. I'm feeling I'm more to this side, right? Am I not? The balloon. Okay, so maybe we try to go there, go west. Let's go west. See what we find there. So that's 496. So that's the back. Yeah. Okay, let's roll a dice for that. Minus. Nice. Okay. Wow, this is gorgeous. A light dusting of fresh snow dapples the petals of a nearby lotus. Ooh, we can ask. Let's ask. Because why not? We haven't really done orange yet, so 496. Ask one. I'm telling you guys, this is a thing. Okay. A star, we can put it there. Okay. Ask. Ask a sentient about the lotus. The sentient seems surprised that you're not familiar with the composition of the common lotus. The innocent-looking flower giveth and taketh away. Be careful if you choose to partake in its whims. Gain 1 boost and continue. Okay, so we gain a boost and we're going to continue. So we could wander, smell, brew, consume, or pluck. Let's brew. Let's brew. Why not? Brew 496. Brew 5. 5. Okay, we're gonna pay 1 for that. Oh boy. Okay, 2 minus, that's good. That one there, we're gonna put that there. Okay. And the nice thing about these pliers is I can use 2 boost to get 1 green token. That's pretty nice. We could also still craft that into something, which could be fun. That could be pretty fun. Oh, underwater? That's dope. We can go underwater? I haven't done that yet, but that's sick. Okay, 496. Brew a mild tincture from the lotus roots. You grind the roots into a pulp with makeshift equivalents of a mortar and pestle, plus a hearty wad of saliva, resulting in a sparkling substance. Gain item 867. I'm hoping it will be deadly. It's not. Okay, so I'm not sure how this quest works in the grid situation. So, yeah. When placed, gain 1 boost on this card, and your character gains a boost and a health. Nice. Let's replace that with this spell, just because it feels like I'm cheating with this card. So we're gonna put it up there. Okay. Spore. Consume a taste of the sparkling, swirling air inside the tiny jar. Replace this with item 1103. Oh, we're gonna do that straight away. We're gonna do that straight away. So let's do that. Because why not? A heart. So we gained a life and now we're gonna lose a life. We have to pay that boost to do that. Replace this with item 1103. 1103. When placed, gain a boost on each card in this column, and your character gains a boost. Well, we're all full in this column. I could put it in this column then. Get a boost here and a boost here. We're just gonna spend that 2 boost to gain that green. I like that. Okay. Consume a taste of the sparkling, swirling air inside the tiny jar. Replace this with item 1104. Okay, let's maybe not do it straight away. All right. So we did that. Let's go east still for treasure. It's an asterisk though, so that could be dangerous. Maybe I'm not allowed to use these spots until I've completed the quest. Let's just take that morale then. And then it does give me a space there. I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, maybe we should learn the spell again. I don't have much purple though. Okay, we're gonna move to the east. I just don't know how to get all these red items. I feel like it's also a little bit luck based, you know? 496. Descend 6. And we don't have a descent. Oh, but I've decided to go east, so I can't back out and go north through the water. Oh boy. 6. Great. Well, we reset. That's nice. 5, 6. Let's spend 1 to make it 5. Okay. Well, we have a star that can go here, and then 2 that can go there. Let's spend 2 boost again for a blue. Maybe I should do that again. Yeah, why not? Okay, 496. Descend north to the wetlands below. The crunching of the crisp snow gives way to the squelching of mud as you slowly plod down the mountainside. Go to 355 and gain 1 morale. 355. Ooh, more lotus and a crab or something. And that guy again. You'll be lucky if there's anything functional remaining in this part of your spaceship. The crystal crabs are notorious scavengers in these parts. Well, we could cleave them. Squeeze. Squeeze what? Squeeze the crab? I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea at all. Let's just go. We can just decide to not do anything here. Let's go west again. 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's the back. 3, 5, 4. Yeah, that's the back. Wow. Look at this. A broad-petaled pink flower thrives on the bank of the shallow stream, which flows from the cold mountains at your back. Look, it's a consume action, but I don't know if I want to do that necessarily. Maybe we could... I don't know. I need red things. Like weapons and stuff. I need weapons. And I don't know how to get those. So maybe we craft. Let's craft this thing. 4. I'll spend 1 to make it 3. Just to get a more, we can get a toolkit or a gadget rope. Let's do a gadget rope. Right? Okay. The star. Let's re-roll the star. Better. Nice. And let's just put those back again for green straight away. Okay. So this goes back here. Reserve this. Oh, so this goes into my reserve. And gain, we're gonna do the gadget rope, 902. Okay, not red, obviously. Great. But we can climb, descend, scale, assemble, rescue. This is actually a really good item. Like, that's honestly really, really good. So yeah. And you can spend 1 to gain blue or green. That's really good, actually. That's honestly really good. So let's just go... We could pluck. Let's pluck. Let's do something red in the hopes it gives us something red. You know? pluck a flower. 4, we need to just do all of it. Okay, 2 go here. And we're just taking that star because that's fine for us. Okay, 3, 5, 4. Pluck. You unearth the vegetation, shaking dirt from the roots. Gain flora 1050. Obviously it's not red. Ruby Pansy. Brew. Gain item 864, replacing this card. Unless you pay a boost. And we can, if we're in locations with the green thing, we can use that spot. Okay, well, I'm filming for an hour now, and I don't want this video to be crazy long and tedious. So I think I'm just gonna call it a day. And even though I'm sorry, this is not a finished adventure, but I could always film again in the future. If you really want to see like a full beginning to end, because I could be here for another hour. And I just feel like nobody wants that. So, but if you do want that, let me know, and I can always do another playthrough of Vantage and just do a whole long video beginning to end. I'm gonna definitely continue play and see if I can complete this mission. I love this game way more than I expected I would, which people recommended this to me, but I don't know why. Maybe it's this kind of like the space theme that in the core of my soul doesn't initially really speak to me. But the whole exploration and the finding of the items and everything, it's so good. I absolutely love it to bits. So I hope this was interesting to see. We didn't really accomplish anything towards our goal, basically. But I do think I think it's a good showcase of how the game plays. The first time I played, I died pretty quickly. The second time I played, I completed my mission, got a destiny, and then completed my destiny, which was so cool. And yesterday I also played multiplayer for the first time, where we also completed our mission and our destiny. And I don't know, I think it's so cool. Even if you don't complete your mission and you die, just the whole exploring and just seeing what happens. Like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna smell this flower. Let's just see what happens. I just love everything about that. And I'm so glad that I got this game. Thanks again to Stonemaier for sending it my way. And I definitely see myself playing this a lot in the future. And I can even imagine maybe Stonemaier making like additional card packs, maybe? I don't know. Let me know, Stonemaier. I'm definitely interested in anything that you will add to this game because I'm very excited. All right, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon with a new video. Bye.